Are you shoveling snow with a spoon or the biggest shovel? Or what about if you had a snowplow? Well, today I am in 10 inches of snow in Kentucky at my parents' house. So you may hear some racket and all that stuff, but hey, we're going to keep going with it. And, there's 10 inches of snow came overnight. It took me 8 hours to go 11 miles last night. We got bombarded with snow. So as many of you know, I live in Georgia now, and I'm from Kentucky for 20 years, and come back here and get my daughter and do business, and sitting here at my parents' house doing a podcast with you. But it really became obvious this morning when I went out and looking at the snow. A lot of people, maybe you out there, are taking that spoon and you're trying to shovel the snow. You're trying to shovel the snow with the spoon. And listen, that happens to all of us, right? At some point in our lives, we don't see this big picture. We don't see the shovel that we could glide clearing our path. We don't yet have this nice big truck with a big snow plow on it that we can just plow the path. And what is that? Well, if you have a spoon, a lot of times that you're trying to close, you're trying to get vents, you're trying to, you're trying to do all your files, all these things are going on. So you don't have a sales mechanism, you don't have a marketing mechanism, you don't have a leadership going on to really exponentially grow your business. But if you have all three of those, I tell you what, you're going to clear your path. So we can either block our path with excuses or clear our path with determination. And a lot of that determination ends up being a great mechanisms for sales, marketing, and then having these amazing people in place that are your growth accelerators that can grow your business. So you are out in the snow right now, and you have snow just on the ground like I do, maybe even go out there and start shoveling with a spoon and go, this may be what I'm doing. I'm doing a couple loans a month. I'm doing 3 or 4 or 5 loans a month, and I'm working all these hours. Am I really going to continue to grow my business with a spoon, or am I going to pick up the shovel first? And then I'm going to make sure that I got this big snow plow that just clear this path, right? I really encourage you to look at your business like that today and think, am I growing my business and clearing my path with a spoon, or is it with a big snow plow? So get some help if you have not figured this out, right? And we all need help. Obviously, come to geniusloanofficer.com and schedule your growth acceleration call today to joyfully and powerfully grow your business. You should be having fun. If you're doing business that's not fun, if you're a loan officer, just not fun, you should be joyfully having fun in your business. If you're not, perhaps you're not doing it the way it should be done. You're hanging around folks that are saying, "Oh, that's just the way it is. Oh, you're supposed to work 60 hours a week. Oh, you can't turn off your phone. You gotta work on vacation. Oh, that's just the way it is. It's the mortgage industry. I'm probably gonna wear it's hot." I mean, yes, I'm making fun of it and saying and sounding ridiculous, because that's how ridiculous it is when you're hanging around the wrong people and you're hearing that messaging. And I will encourage you to reframe, continuously say, do I need to reframe? So actually, I even caught myself earlier, just a little bit ago, because I said, hey, you know what? By the way, FYI, huge news for you all. Woo, huge news for you all. We're going to be doing 2 podcasts a week. Okay, I'm saying it. It's in the podcast worlds of such in the interwebs now, I guess, that I said it. So now I committed to it. Monday and Thursday, you'll be getting a podcast. I have some great guests, by the way, slated coming on. And you're going to hear directly just from me as well. So we have committed to doing 2 loans. I have committed to doing 2 loans. I'm committed to doing 2 loans. 2. Well, that'd be horrible. I've committed to doing 2 podcasts every single week to bring to you and just pour into you as much as I can this year. So big thing. So yesterday when I sat down in Dallas, Hardcastle, my business partner, extraordinaire, weirdinaire, Dallas Hardcastle. We made some huge, audacious goals that are scary, that are exciting, that are exhilarating, they're great. But I said just a little bit ago, I said, I messaged my awesome angel that helps me with these podcasts and I tell you what, just a growth accelerator in all facets, and does a lot of social media posts and just does a ton of stuff for me. And I messaged her and say, hey, we just made this plan yesterday to go ahead and do these 2 every single week. So I got to get one in. So today is actually Friday. We're going to release this on Monday. I've got to get one in. I got a guest on Monday to release on Thursday. It's exciting. He's a great, by the way, you want to tune into that on Thursday, because he is someone that does a good amount of loans. And he also is a coach. He coached for years, came to the industry and doing really well while still simultaneously coaching. So got a wealth of knowledge to powerfully bring to the podcast. But I said, I have to, or I got to, or something like that, and to Angel, and said, I have to do this podcast. And immediately I went, red alarm in my head. And I said, no, reframe. And I joyfully and powerfully claim my opportunity to do this amazing podcast where I can help exponentially grow and give an opportunity for wealth and growth to my podcast listeners. So reframe. I would encourage you to reframe. As soon as you say something like cold call, I think they have the lunk alarm or whatever it is. It's supposed to be, I guess, in the gym. I won't even mention, because I'm not a fan at all. I'm a power lifter. And so, I would be a lunk alarm. Judgment free zone. Feels like they're still judging. But seriously, pull that, and it's like in your head. Reframe. I said a metaphor that is not empowering. I said a phraseology that is not empowering. I'm saying something that is holding me back, and realize these words mean so much. If you could constantly just go reframe, maybe even put that sticker this year, put it on your computer, put it on your background. It's like reframe. Because right now it's like, okay, well, I'm doing 3 loans a month. I want to do 5. Okay, I have to make these calls. Reframe. I powerfully, joyfully get to claim my opportunity to make these abundance calls where I can help exponentially grow this new partnership business together as we collaborate, right? Or something along those lines. I just made up, you can make it something better, right? But reframe. Do yourself that tremendous gift of reframing this year. So you have to have, for you to grow, you have to have that marketing mechanism, that sales mechanism, and then have the leadership. And really, really all boils down to influence. If you go just all in on influence, then you are going to succeed. What is the reasons why people buy? I want to give you one golden nugget here is most people want freedom, right? Most people want freedom. So if you're talking to a real estate agent, a lot of times that they're wanting that freedom, right? They're wanting that freedom. And, whether they say it out loud or not, they want the freedom. So we can look at different ways to help them get that freedom, right? We can help them get that freedom. And then they want that freedom, and they get that freedom through, a lot of times it's when we're talking to them, it could be, it's a new novel approach that is going to intrigue them to be able to work with us. And then they want to be accepted. They want to have acceptance throughout the community with everybody. And they want to have that just sense of belonging. And so we all kind of want that. And so that may not be their number one triggers, but if you just work on those 3 things, you can start to influence at a higher level. So think about that. as you're doing your marketing, you're talking to even your clients. Okay, now they're buying a home. How is this going to help their freedom, them be more free? And then you look at, okay, well, that is a big reason. Now, why? Well, how do we get there? So this is talking about emotional buying states, and we're talking to these agents as well. Let's just keep that in mind. So the spoon, that's just a gosh, there's a little tiny portion. Just throw a nugget in there to get your mind to start thinking in your marketing and your sales. Like, people want freedom. How does that bring? How do I have that in a conversation? And then all the way until they're being accepted and their acceptance in the community, acceptance and their within the other real estate agents, et cetera, et cetera. The other thing I want to really illustrate here is that when I talk about the spoon, is like, what is that spoon? We went over slightly is the closing and convincing. If you're out there, you're trying to close and convince, and your frame is, I'm sure, off, because it's tension, right? If you can see me, it's like, two fists rubbing together. It's like tension, because it's a fight against one another. It's almost that, it's a win-lose type of situation. It's not a win-win situation. You're trying to close and convince and talk bad, disparagingly about the other loan officer that maybe they have, or hey, let me show you how I can do it better. Let me show you. By the way, show you is a horrible thing to say, because show is something we do to someone. An implied relationship word could be share. Like, let me show you this, or let me share, right? Which one triggers what? Show triggers sales resistance. Also, it puts all the pressure on us to show them, to convince them, to prod them, to go, oh my gosh, I gotta just try to close them. Instead of, hey, we're sharing, we're collaborating, we together. Implied relationship words we need to start using to share with other people, to bring them in their fold, to give them a beautiful opportunity to collaborate together, not to convince them, not to just to put down other services, or just braggadociously just keep talking about what we do. We need to be talking about what is important to them, how we can share in beautiful, joyful opportunities together, where we can succeed in 2022. So I encourage you, if you're out there and you're struggling and you're doing these 3 or 4 or 5 loans, I would almost guarantee you that your sales needs work. You need sales on just the amount of activity, right? And some have, you really have the time. We talk about growth and the oppositional growth syndrome, right? It's a huge thing, because even if you have time, even if you're okay, and you even have people, maybe even put people in place where they can help you do the deals, and like, okay, Adam, I got that part, so now I don't have to work on the files. But then what you do is you may find yourself, so imagine right now in your business, you may find yourself just being trapped still. That's still tensions, right? Because I have the time now. I'm like, okay. And now you find other busy work to do, but it has nothing to do with sales. It has nothing to do with marketing. And why is that? Because it is oppositional growth syndrome, because you are still going, okay, I don't really want to make these calls. This is not joyful. I mean, I've got to try to convince these real estate agents to go with me. I've got to try to call this divorce attorney, oh gosh, and try to see if he's got anybody to send over, right? All these things are happening, and we have this bad frame that's not allowing us to really just, get a snowplow and just, clear our path to success. We're still got the spoon out because we make a call. That's it. It takes all this angst and all this willpower and all this strength to go ahead and make some couple calls, and then, okay, I don't like that. Let's go. I got this email. I better just attend to that. And we know we shouldn't be doing that email right then, but we do it simply because we think we have to closing events, and it's just uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for us. It's uncomfortable for the other person. We feel slimy. We feel like, okay, I'm not a salesperson. What does that even mean, by the way? So a lot of people, when they talk about sales, it's like this big dirty word, and for good reason, because there's been a lot of crappy salespeople that call themselves salespeople that think, okay, I have the service. I'm a mortgage loan officer. I'm a car salesman. I'm a insurance rep, whatever. I've got this now. I got this product. Now it's time for me to just puke all over everybody, the services and everything else I got, and tell them, oh my gosh, I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I got these great rates. I can close on time. I got great communication. That is 98% of what people are saying out there. The 90%, right? I got great services. I got great communication, got great rates, blah, 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 blah. What are you supposed to say? I got crappy rates, services subpar. You know what? I'll communicate from time to time. I mean, what are you going to say? What is others going to say? So imagine yourself in a room full of other loan officers, 100 loan officers, like randomly, like just okay loan officers, not the top tier, just okay loan officers. They're okay in their business, how many they do, and also okay in just how their service is. Out of those 100, how many are saying they do all three of those really well? 90-something%. So how is that different? So I'm going to say that. Now I'm waiting for someone to have an objection. Oftentimes in sales, that's what it is. Like, okay, well, I got presentation is over half of it. So I'm going to present over half of it. And then a good portion of that, 20-30% or whatever, depending on what sales course sometimes you're in or who you listen to. Now you got to overcome objections 20-30-40% of that time. Well, no, we got this. Well, no, well, let me show you this. Well, let me show you this. Well, you're trying to show them something and they're like, no. Sales resistance. It goes bad. It's all off. And then boom, we're just like, I'm not going to call again. So you need a sales mechanism. You need a marketing mechanism. You need leadership. And all that is really through influence, understanding human behavior, understanding the concepts we talked about before, understanding concepts, and then confidence. So the two secrets is having concepts and confidence. So if you have those concepts and you get the confidence, perhaps you may find yourself being able to make the calls, being able to make the connections, being able to sit down with people, having fun with your business rather than it being oppositional all the time. I got to hurry. I go, okay. So I don't go flat broke. I'm going to have to go out and get a couple loans. Okay, I got a couple. Ooh, that's good. Save for a little bit longer. Or you can joyfully, powerfully collaborate with real estate agents, financial advisors, divorce attorneys, clients to win at a higher level, at a way that feels really, really good. So how can you reframe today? Before I get out of here and I get all jazzed up and give you a last nugget, please do yourself a favor. This will actually help you is hit a review on my podcast here on this podcast and write a review. Why is that a gift to you? Because when you say it, then it actually places it further, deeper connectivity in your mind. Why this is important, why you need to keep doing this, why the things that can help you grow. So you'll find out some things about yourself as you're writing that. So write us a review. I would also be very, very appreciative of that. Want others to learn about it. Don't think, okay, I got to keep this to myself. It's all going to be up to the individual person to take what they're learning and grow. GeniusLoanOfficer.com. Just hit a schedule with us for your growth call. So go to the growth call. We also have in Breckenridge, Colorado, March 3rd and 4th. we have a growth acceleration small group mastermind that will powerfully and joyfully help you grow your business in 2022. I just like, you'll hear things you've never, ever heard in this industry. You will have a competitive advantage. You will have an unfair advantage. You'll be in an unfair fight in this market because you will hear things and we'll do things and we'll teach things and you will collaborate together in ways that you have not even heard of, nor is the market doing. We pride ourselves in making sure that you have the best opportunity to win. So geniusloanofficer.com, hit a scheduler and see if it's possibly a fit for us together, to work together, to be in the same room. So awesome stuff. Also, we will take that, and if you do come there and you decide to sign up, that actually comes off a membership as well if you want to sign up. So good stuff. Great stuff. But I want to leave you again with making sure that you know that, you know, you're probably just a few little steps away from breaking free, but it's going to take you to fully entrench yourself for the next 12 weeks. And that means you're going to have a clear goal of what you want to do, why you want to do it, then backtrack and think, okay, how many calls do I need to make? How many joyful opportunity calls do I get to make? What amazing posts can I put out there? What can I talk about? What am I truly unique at? Who is my avatar? Who's people that I am truly wanting to align myself with? I tell you, just put your head down and start doing the things necessary. And when you find yourself holding yourself back because of bad frames or some frame that is not powerful, it's not joyful, then reframe. How can I even say that differently? How can this be a really positive thing? Start reframing, because you can either start freezing your world or free your world. Freeze your world or free your world. And words do that. And over time, it'll keep culminating into more and more empowering thoughts about what you can do, how you show up. Your confidence will start going up more and more, and you'll be able to get those partnerships that you maybe right now don't think you can get. So I'm going to leave it at that. And remember to keep tuning in. We're going to have Monday and Thursday podcast for you. Got some, like I said, great guests on the show coming up for your not just listening pleasure, because I don't want you to just have pleasure listening to this. I want you to have actionable content. I want you to start thinking differently. Some things I'm going to give you items on, and some things you just need to think more freely. I want you to open up and find yourself imagining yourself being someone different, acting different. Business is different. Mindset is different. Your relationships are different. I want you to start imagining yourself in such a more connective way to yourself, to the world, to your family, to your business. Can you do that for yourself? Please say yes. Please say yes. That for yourself. All right. So you know the drill. Limit your risk equals limited income.